Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our AAFC 24 career mode here with Sheffield United, where we return today off the back of the brilliant late victory at Old Trafford to claim our first scalp of the season and put us in a much safer position as we look to survive the Premier League relegation battle. It's the season finale today and we have the final 4 games of the Premier League season. I think 1 win could potentially be enough. I think 2 will definitely secure it. We start off with our game in hand over Nottingham Forest and Burnley. It's Newcastle, who have had a very good season away at St James's Park. If we can secure the victory today, it might be enough to see us survive. Oh blimey, I didn't actually notice going into the game. Bit of a potential kit clash here. Why we're not in the yellow, I have absolutely no idea. That's going to be an eyesore. Apologies for that, but regardless of that, we need to focus on trying to secure... Oh, terrible tackle. Try and secure the 3 points today. And as I say, that could be enough to see us survive. Our away form's been absolutely shocking all season long, but we are off the back of that brilliant late victory thanks to Daniel Goodison away at Old Trafford. Here's Archer early days. Oh, good effort. And turned away by Pope. Positive start as we look to get the job done today. Harmer swings the corner in. Good ball. Attacked by, I think that's Danny Ings in the middle. And we lead inside 6 minutes at St James's Park. Well, I'll tell you what, Newcastle haven't settled here. We've been much the better side in these opening, 15 minutes or so. And here's Ings again. If we can capitalise on this. Oh, brilliant. Danny Ings, surely. Oh, it got stuck under his feet and Koulibaly puts it wide. Not sure why he's wearing the armband today. But Koulibaly missing that far post. What an opportunity to make it 2. Ings should have finished it and we should be in the clear. Corner, Harmer swings it in deep. Looking for Ings again. It's a carbon copy. Harmer to Ings. And that might see Sheffield United survive. Well, I said that Newcastle never settled in that first half. And I was right. They just have not got going. Really poor from them. And, if Ings had played that round the corner to Koulibaly. Yeah, Joelinton got booked for a really bad tackle in the first couple of minutes. And they just never really settled. The early goal took them by surprise. Then they got stung by the second. And we've been much the better team here. 45 minutes away from a massive victory. And one that could see us survive for another season. And there's the full-time whistle. Massive, massive victory for the Blades. And I think that might be enough. Forest to come in the next game. A win there will definitely seal it. And I think that victory has all but done it. What a win. Midweek, under the lights, and Danny Ings. Exactly what we signed him for. Big goals in big games. So we've got our final month scouting from Wales here. So we will see if there's anyone we want to promote. And we'll take one final look at the youth academy as well. So no new players to be promoted, but I've got 5 names here that I quite like the look of. Our youth academy is full at the moment, so I think what I'm actually going to do is I might release a few. I might give a couple pro deals. So what I'm going to do as his potentials dropped is promote Riley Murray to the senior team. Adam Pearce is also going to get promoted. And Connor Bradley as well is going to get promoted. So 3 players promoted. I think that'll be it for now. We're then going to promote... I'm really struggling to know who to promote here. I'm going to promote Ema Wood, Rodri Brown. Ideally, I want to get all of these guys in. Kai Andrew. Bryn Pugh, I'm not sure on. In fact, I'm going to reject him. He has got up to 90 potential, but Bryn can go. I'd quite like to get Tom Powell in as well, so we might give one more pro deal out. I'm not too sure at the moment who it's going to be to. Maybe Roman Willis? Yeah, Roman Willis he can get a pro deal as well. So a couple of new Welsh lads into the academy. Here's a final look at our youth setup. Still got some good players with some decent potential in here. I don't want to promote too many now because it can ruin their potential tags if you promote them at the end of the season and they've not played at all. So we're going to keep these guys in the youth system for now, and then a lot of them will be promoted next year and we'll look to loan them out. So guys, now that our youth scouts are back, of course, we've got the 3 English lads. I'm thinking next year we're definitely going to upgrade at least Frankie, and if not one of Archie and Theo. I want to get some 5-star scouts for next season, but let me know in the comments where you want to see our scouts go. I'm thinking, obviously, this year we scouted quite close to home in England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales. So maybe next season we expand that. We go into Europe, maybe Poland, a bit of Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden. Let me know what you think. If we do get any suggestions of where to send our scouts, I'll include the comments in the video and we will send our scouts out to those countries. So let me know down in the comments. So just taking a quick look at the table before we jump into this massive game against Nottingham Forest. And I think that actually if we win today, Forest and Burnley will be relegated, or all but relegated. My maths isn't that good. It's pretty complicated, but a win here will pretty much do it. At home, back at Bramall Lane, let's go and get the 3 points, and then we know in the final 2 we're safe. It's done. Let's get the win today. Come on, you Blades. So here we go then, couple of changes to the lineup down to fatigue. And I think I was actually looking at the table just before we went into this game. And I think Burnley might actually already be down. Is he onside there? Diallo in behind and scores for Nottingham Forest. Wow, that wasn't part of the script. I was just going to say, I think Burnley are actually down. They were 7 points behind us. They'd already played, so with 2 left to play for Burnley, they can only pick up 6 points. So they can't catch our 37 points. So I think Burnley are down. And I think if we win today, we also send Forest down mathematically, because we were on 37, Bournemouth 37. We jump up to 40. Bournemouth are away at Arsenal, so I suppose they'd still technically be able to catch Bournemouth if Bournemouth lose, but they wouldn't be able to catch us, and that's all I care about. So a win today will secure our safety. Good build up this from Forest. They've worked it in really well, and it's 2. Emmanuel Dennis makes it 2, and we're not over the line just yet. Koulibaly. Brewster should have scored. Given the nod today over Danny Ings due to fatigue, even after Ings' brace in the last game, and Brewster missing the target. A couple of changes for us at the break. Need to change something because we were not good enough in that first half. We've been much better in our own backyard than we have been away from home, and after back-to-back victories, this was looking like a real opportunity to secure our safety. Here's the man of the moment, Danny Ings, who fires us back on level terms, and we're getting our return on investment from Danny Ings now. Forest looking to restore their 2-goal lead here. Dennis, danger, great build-up, Diallo 3-1. Osborne just hasn't been able to cope with him today. And Hackney into Norwood, back to Hayden Hackney, and now Ings on the turn, 3-2. I said it's not game over just yet. Danny Ings is in the mood at the moment. Fleck, last chance here. Ings on the turn, Danny Ings saved by Turner. Oh, that would have been magic from Danny Ings. Corner, Norwood looks for Fleck at the near. Cleared only as far as Hackney. Oh, another brilliant save. Forest clinging on to the Premier League by a thread. Norwood. Good ball. Ings. Oh, got up well, and I'm not sure who it was who got back at him. Norwood. Good ball again. Ings, and again McKenna's there. An onslaught from the Blades in these final few minutes. Norwood into Fleck. Oh, he's gone down. Nothing given. Hackney. Hackney for the Blades. The former Borough man in the last minute may have just sent Forest down. Scramble in the box, potentially a foul in there. Forest are fuming, and Hackney drills it in past Turner. It's a brilliant strike for, I think, just his second of the season. And late on we've snatched a point which might just be enough for us. Well, there's no mad scenes of jubilation just yet at full time. I think that means that the gap stays at 6 from Forest. We're 7 clear of Burnley, so I think that is Burnley down. An absolute cracker here at Bramall Lane, and I think the relegation battle goes on. So now that everyone's played the same amount of games, I can work it out in my head. Burnley are gone. They are 8 points behind Bournemouth in 17th with just 2 games left to play. And as for Forest, it's pretty much done for them. They're 6 points behind Bournemouth, Brighton and ourselves. But with that really poor goal difference, with the 69 goals conceded, it looks as if it's pretty much done for them as well. They do actually play Burnley on the final day of the season, so that could have been a proper winner-takes-all game, but it looks as if both of them will be joining Luton in the Championship next year. But as for Sheffield United, it seems as if we are safe. So away at Goodison Park, never an easy fixture, and Everton having a really good season, just about in the fight for Champions League football. And I took a look at the fixtures before we went into this game. Nottingham Forest hosting Chelsea, who to be fair have nothing to play for, but Forest need a win, nothing but a win. But yeah, until it's mathematically done and we're safe, I am not taking any risks. So full strength team out there today. I'm playing for another win. The ball by Fotheringham to Norwood, who takes it down and then couldn't quite release the pass, but it is kept alive here with Archer, and Lowe's sent away down the left. Max Lowe. Opportunity for Koulibaly in the middle, and we lead once again. Ali. Ball to the edge of the box. Now Ducouré, good block. And Lowe should have come away with it, but of course the AI keep it, and it's off the woodwork, and Harmer will clear. And Patterson down the right. Harmer, oh, dangerous. It's going to be one apiece, yeah. Given away, and Dele Alli equalises. Really poor giveaway from us. We did the hard work, but didn't clear our lines. At the end of the day, it will secure safety for next season. So if that's what it takes, then I don't mind that. Here's a chance, though. And Harmer. Peg back to Archer. Surely it's 2-1. Lovely goal and an instant response from the Blades. Well worked corner this, and it's 2 apiece. Danjuma just off the bench and onto the score sheet. We switched off from the short corner. Another cracker here at Goodison. Need to hold on for this point. We switched off from the last short corner. Sent 2 out there this time. McNeil sends it all the way back to Godfrey. And we've switched off again, and that's a brilliant block, and still not clear, and Everton win it. We might survive regardless, but you cannot clear the ball from the AI. No matter how many times you get a block in the way, and Everton have won it. I'm hoping that Forest haven't won, and it won't matter anyway. So we'll find out as we sim through together. Chelsea won, so it's all over. Forest join Burnley and Luton in the Championship, and Sheffield United survive. So just to confirm it, Nottingham Forest and Burnley are down. Forest with now a 6-point gap to Brighton and ourselves on 38. Burnley 8 points adrift. So in the end, I don't want to say it was comfortable because it was squeaky bum time, but we have survived. We've done enough. We've got Spurs on the final day. I think we'll probably finish in 16th, possibly even drop down to 17th, although Brighton face United at home. So here we go, final game of the season. We know that we are safe and we're at home in front of our Blades supporters. I've got a pretty poor lineup out there. I always like to give a couple of send-offs, a couple of farewells. And as I said earlier, a couple of debuts there as well. That includes new goalkeeper, 16-year-old Scot Riley Murray, who makes his Premier League debut today. I bet he wouldn't have even dreamed of that. Fotheringham is on the bench. Whether he'll get a send-off, I'm undecided just yet, but I'm sure you all know how I feel about Wes as Riley makes his first save. And well won in there by Bulldog. Potentially making his final appearance for the club as well, George Bulldog. Not sure what's going to happen to him in the summer. Here goes Hackney away down the right. And Ings in the middle, and Danny Ings scores again. What an end to the season this man is having. And as I said earlier on in the episode, I think we're starting to see that return on investment. We did spend, what was it, $6.75 million to bring him in January. And I said I wanted an experienced striker who would score us goals. He's got 8 in 14 appearances. And those 8 goals have been all important. Ings wins the header, knocks it down to Fleck. And Slimani back to John Fleck. Slimani's gone again. He's played well today, Slimani. Ings looking for Hackney. Wins the corner. Hackney to swing it in. Looking for Ings. It's 2. Ings is at it again. 9th of the year. And he has come up clutch in this final run-in. What a signing he has turned out to be. Tom Davis on now for what is most likely his final appearance for the club. Handed in a transfer request and looks likely to move on in the summer. And Heung-min Son says, we're not going to roll over for you today, boys. No sentiment. Well, how about this? Chris Basham coming on for what will be his final appearance in professional football. Takes the captain's armband, and with just a few minutes left to see out the victory, it will be his, as I say, final appearance in professional football, due to retire at the end of the season. And what a career he has had at Sheffield United. Shot comes in. Oh, Riley, good hands. There is the whistle, and we do hold on. It's a brilliant scalp to end the season, and that could see us rise to, I think, 15th or maybe 16th in the Premier League. We're going to go and do a full season roundup, but we survived. That's all that matters, and it's a successful season for Sheffield United. Just sorting out a couple of loan deals for next summer, but you can see the prize money has come in for Premier League survival. I'm hoping the board are going to give that back to me next year so that we can rebuild this team and reshape it so that we can really push on from here. But a quick final look at the Premier League table, and we did actually jump up to 15th place. We made it over that 40-point marker, 41 points. 51 goals scored, 66 conceded. Not quite as bad as Luton. So it's themselves, Burnley and Forest, who head down to the Championship. And we will be looking at a couple of their players for next summer. You can see the top half of the table here. Wow, Manchester City only finished in 8th place. No European footy for them next year. Spurs in the conference. Everton and Villa into the Europa. Newcastle, Man United, Liverpool and Arsenal, runaway leaders at the top, make up the Champions League spots. As for the FA Cup, that was won by Tottenham Hotspur this year, ending the trophy drought. It was the battle of the trophy droughts between Spurs and Newcastle, and it went all the way to penalties where Spurs won it. As for the Carabao Cup, that was won by Manchester United, a Manchester derby in the final. As for the individual player stats this season, it was Mo Salah who picked up another golden boot, 7 clear of his Liverpool teammate Diogo Jota. Haaland only with 17, same as Ebere Eze, as Man City stumbled to an 8th place finish. Did we have anybody in here? Well, Danny Ings snuck in only 14 games. His little run at the end of the season saw him reach 9 goals, so Danny being our only representative in the top 25. As for assists, it was Diaz, Salah and Jota all at the top of the list. Hackney got 7 for us, Norwood 7 as well. Gustavo Harmer with 6, and that was it for our representatives. So 3 in the top 25. As for clean sheets, Foderingham with just the 6 clean sheets in 37 appearances. We did not keep many this year. So just a couple of admin-y bits here. I'm trying to send a couple of our young youth players out on loan. We've already sent Will Asula on a 2-year loan to Heidenheim, and we also sold one of our young players, Andre Brooks, who doesn't look like he's really going to make it. Seamus Allen looks like he's coming along really well in the academy. Where is he? He got a +1 overall upgrade as we moved him to centre mid. He's close to another overall boost to 66, and he's also got really good looking potential, so I like the look of this man. Patrick Nicholson kind of annoyingly asking for a pro deal, which means that potential is probably going to drop. But of course, we're going to promote him to the senior team. He looks too good to let go. As I mentioned, I will promote anyone that's asking for a senior deal, but I'd rather wait until the beginning of next season to bring any of these guys up. I just realised as well, guys, I forgot to go through the European competition. So it's Eintracht Frankfurt winning the Europa Conference League. No English teams doing particularly well. Villa knocked out 6-5 on aggregate by Club Brugge, but Frankfurt win the Conference League. The Europa League is won by an English side as Arsenal beat Xavi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen in the final. And the Champions League was won by, oh wow, what a cracker in the final. Man City back-to-back Champions Leagues, and they beat Bayern Munich 5-4 in the final. Wow, that is something special. So we're going to run through the squad. I'm going to try not to take ages on this like I always do, but we'll run through very quickly. Wes Foderingham is definitely getting sold in the summer. You know I did not get on with him. He did play every single game in the Premier League, apart from that last game that Riley Murray made an appearance in. But yeah, Wes, thanks for your service, mate, but you're going to be off next year. Osborne and Lowe shared the game time at left back, and Max has of course submitted that transfer request, which we can't remove frustratingly because he's actually now happy at the club. So yeah, I don't really know what to do about that, but Osborne will be staying. We're going to have to recruit to replace Lowe. Basham obviously retiring at the end of the season. I think Egan will probably stay for one more year. He is technically club captain, although Norwood wore the armband in most of our games this year. Trusty obviously went down with that ACL, what was it, about 4 months ago now. So yeah, it's a shame for him that he didn't really get going, but Anel next to him, I think next season with Norwood most likely dropping to the bench, I think Anel's the man I'm going to give the armband to. He was absolutely superb for us this season, grew by 4 ratings, and I just absolutely loved him. Man mountain of a defender. Greaves featured a lot next to Anel after Trusty went down, and he was good to be fair. He's still pretty young at 23, grew by 3 ratings. I'm not sure he's our long-term partner for Anel, but I was pretty impressed with him. And Bogle next to Anel on the right-hand side of our defence really made that position his own in the second half of the season. Really solid from him. Didn't get many returns on the attacking fronts, but very solid at fullback. He's just absolutely rapid, this man. I absolutely love him. Grown by 4 ratings, and another potential contender for the captain's armband next year. Bulldog, I'm not sure what's going to happen with him. Potentially going to leave in the summer, but he was solid every time he played for us. Norwood, who did wear the captain's armband in most of our fixtures on the pitch this year. Really solid from him. 33 years of age now. Think he's only got 1 more year left on his contract, so if he's not retiring at the end of next year, then we'll probably let him walk on a free after. But very solid season for him. Obviously filled in for Vinny Souza, who also had that long-term injury right at the beginning of the year, but he was brilliant for us in that CDM position. Grew by 3 ratings and just a solid anchor in front of our back four. Fleck's obviously off to Antwerp in the summer, and he did go through a spell where he was scoring and assisting loads, so I can't really fault John Fleck. He did a job for us when he was called upon, but I'm happy to let him walk next summer. Davis is another that's probably going to leave in the summer, and one of the only players who will actually get a decent bit of money for, valued at 5.5 mil. 2 years left on his deal, so we shouldn't be undercut when bids come in, so I reckon we can get about 6 million for Tom Davis in the summer. Harmer was brilliant for us, 11 goals and 10 assists. Definitely better when he plays a little bit deeper. Obviously, we were playing him as the 10, but he dropped off towards the end of the year, and Koulibaly went into that position and did really well. So, yeah, good season for Koulibaly. Hackney and Slimani as well, the sort of the young lads in midfield. Pretty happy with all of them. I was tempted to sell Slimani next summer. He didn't feature a huge amount, but I think I'm going to keep the Tunisian. I was sort of torn between Koulibaly and Slimani, and Ismaila sort of jumped above him, but I think he's going to stay next year. And as for our attackers, well, we know how good Danny Ings was towards the end of the season. He was infuriating at times because he scored that brace against Luton early on, and then he went through a bit of a goal drought, but he did pick it up towards the end of the year. Finished on 9 league goals in 14 games, and some of those goals were crucial in our survival. McBurney probably going to move on next summer. 8 goals and 2 assists is not awful. A lot of his appearances came off the bench, but 4 of his goals did come in the cup, so he was sort of the cup king for us this year. He's so slow, McBurney. I think he's probably just going to get sold in the summer. Brewster was really hit and miss for me. Some games he was absolutely on fire, especially when we played City at the Etihad. He always seems to score there, and he does still have a future at the club, but I just don't think he's ever going to be a regular starter for me. Archer, definitely much better than Brewster this year. Grew by 4 ratings up to 77. 12 goals and 4 assists is a decent return. He did probably feature the most out of all of our attackers from the start, so I'd like to maybe see that goal returner jump up a little bit next year, as he is starting to improve. Still only 22 though, so loads of room to grow. And Daniel Jebison, really good for us. Grew by 4. Obviously, he started the season off like a house on fire. Sort of drifted away in the middle parts of the season, but ended the season really strong. Scored some big goals for us. 8 goals and 5 assists in his breakthrough year is pretty impressive. So yeah, that sort of runs through the squad. It gives you a bit of an overview. Really happy that we survived this year. Of course, that was our objective when we set out at the beginning of the season. I didn't really care how we went about it, as long as we were in the Premier League for next year, and we have secured Premier League football for next year. So there it is then, guys. That's how our team ends up come the end of the season. I'm already looking forward to the transfer special in the next episode. Let me know down below where you think we should be looking to improve the squad. Drop your transfer suggestions in the comments. Like I did in the summer, I'll look over all of them, take them on board. I have got some of my own in mind, but let me know. And like I say, we'll definitely look at some of your suggestions. That will do it for today's video though, guys. We will be back in the next episode for that transfer special, so make sure you get your comments in. I'll catch you for it very soon, where the Blades will be returning for our 2nd season of Premier League football very soon. Peace.